Good morning, everybody. A happy Tuesday to you. Welcome to my current event and topics page. I'm covering the interesting facts about weighted blankets. Now, there's a reason that I wanted to share this with you, and that is because I received a weighted blanket for Christmas. And I'm going to read this information to you, and then I will tell you what I think about my weighted blanket that I've been using for a few months now. When you think of relieving stress and getting a better night's rest, you probably think you need to take a weight off. But it turns out doing the opposite may have a positive outcome as well, at least for older children and adults. All right, the medical world is still debating the advantages of a weighted blanket, which actually have long been used in occupational therapy to help people with autism and other disorders, notes Live Science. Let's pull up the covers and read about 6 things to know about weighted blankets. Number 1, it's a form of deep pressure touch. It can release serotonin and dopamine, 2 neurotransmitters that make you feel better and more relaxed, notes Live Science. The same sort of effect can be seen with massage therapy. The source says there's some research that shows slow and gentle touch can stimulate the brain's network for processing fear and emotion. Many people with sensory processing disorders are hypersensitive to touch, and deep pressure can help desensitize and calm them. Okay, just how heavy are the weighted blankets? The weight should vary depending on the size of the patient, according to National Autism Resources. It says that research suggests that approximate amount of weight for these blankets can be 20% of the patient's body weight. For a very long time, there was no research done on weighted blankets. In order to have some frame of reference, the research that was done on weighted vests and backpacks was misapplied to weighted blankets. So this site that they got this from also gives you the weight, according to how much you weigh and blah, blah, blah. The maximum weight at 25 pounds. Okay, now, they're not recommended for infants, obviously. There was a 7-month-old who died at a daycare when the daycare provider thought it would help him sleep. But when babies don't sleep well, meaning people will try almost anything, and weighted blankets are not the answer. It was the cause of the death was sudden infant death syndrome. The risk is higher when babies learn to roll onto their belly, which happened to the 7-month-old. It does say that weighted blankets can be used for children, especially toddlers, that have trouble settling down at nap time due to sensory processing disorders. Look at that cute little baby. There's evidence they help with insomnia. PTSDjournal.com explains there's a study that shows sleeping with a weighted blanket can reduce insomnia and anxiety. It says the blanket will mold to your body shape like a warm hug, and that the pressure will help relax your nervous system. The site touts it as a totally safe and effective non-drug therapy for getting proper sleep. The benefits also go back to the neurotransmitters from the deep touch. The serotonin produced will convert into melatonin, which is your body's natural sleep hormone. They're not cheap. Many companies have jumped on the weighted blanket bandwagon, and there are reportedly still weighted blankets for infants for sale, despite experts saying that's not a good idea. Personally, I'm just going to say this. I would not buy my infant a weighted blanket. Please don't use a weighted blanket on your baby. That's my opinion as well. Live Science says that these weighted blankets typically sell for between $150 to $300, and they're often touted as anti-anxiety tools. However, it also mentions the crowdfunding site Kickstarter asked the makers of a weighted blanket to remove the health claims from their product, as per the site's policy on promising remedies. So, buyer beware. Weighted blankets are full of it. Well, they're filled with all kinds of different items to give them weight. Excuse me. The Pocket occupational therapist says they can be filled with sand, rice, beans, and seeds. But the problem with these organic products as fillers is that they cannot be washed. It recommends using poly pellets that are non-organic, can be washed, and won't sprout a plant like seeds can. Sorry, just the visual. Apparently, many people are also making their own version of weighted blankets. Really? Okay, well, I didn't know that. Okay, so, okay, do you want me to hear my take on this? My take on this is that I got one for Christmas. I I don't sleep well. I'm not a good sleeper. My mind doesn't shut off very well. I do suffer from a little bit of anxiety here and there. Not bad, not bad. I've got it under control. Um, but even for mild depression, I have found my blanket to be really comforting. I didn't know if I would like it. I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons. The pro is that, yes, it does feel snuggly, and um, I do feel like I sleep good with it. It's warm, but it's not too warm. Um, Not unusual anyway. It does feel really cozy to me. Now, a con is that they're heavy. Like, I think mine's only, I don't know why I want to say 8 pounds, but I'm telling you, that's when you're laying in bed and you just want to move this blanket and stuff, and you're tired, moving an 8 pound blanket is strenuous. So, and it sounds silly, but it's true. It's like, and I don't know what mine's filled with, but I don't think it's washable, which is another con. But I just, fold it up during the day and put it away. And I have, I do spot clean it. I mean, it's brand new. It's Christmas, so I've kept it really clean. But um, anyhow, that's my take on the weighted blanket. I like it, and I'm glad I got it. And yes, I would buy it again. Although I didn't buy it, it was a Christmas gift. But there you go, guys. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.